In the thrilling world of Formula One, 2024 is set to be a year of creativity and transformation for Ferrari. Ferrari has some substantial modifications planned for the 2024 Formula One season, and these changes have been considered essential to the team's hopes of getting back to winning form. The squad finally admitted to the critical measures required to avert repeated losses in the following season. Ferrari's F1 cars are about to reinvent the highest standard of motorsport in 2024 with a quest for victory that rivals the growl of their engines. Without any further ado, let's dive deep into the details of the possible new changes in the Ferrari cars in 2024. Ferrari's desire to compete for the championship this year was shattered right away when issues became apparent during pre-season testing. The interesting disclosure is that the upcoming Ferrari F1 car for 2024 will be entirely brand new. It is significant because teams typically use a progressive approach when the rules remain the same as they will be for next season. However, Enrico Cardiel, Ferrari's head of chassis, has said that the team will not be taking evolutionary steps for the coming year. Rather, they will be releasing a completely distinct vehicle with prominent alterations, such as fundamental design elements that call for renovation due to prior incorrect architectural selections that were restrictive to development. Given that the regulations will remain unchanged in the coming year, Ferrari has constantly focused on the importance of refining its current car, the SF23. They're going to employ the knowledge acquired from in-season development to help them with their decisions in 2024. Cardiel disagrees with Ferrari driver Carlos Sainz's review of the vehicle's discrepancies and a fundamental lack of comprehension. He asserted that the 2023 Ferrari is now operating consistently during a race weekend, implying that the capabilities of the automobile are being better understood. Talking about the beginning of the 2023 season, Ferrari formally displayed promise with a visually striking car having unique attributes. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz both achieved victory in the opening races that the team won. However, the team's performance steadily declined, and hopes that the vehicle would improve to be competent in this season's competition were not fulfilled. Testing performed before the season in Bahrain revealed inconsistent performance. During the Miami Grand Prix, Ferrari modified the floor and diffuser in an attempt to enhance the car's balance and consistency in reaction to these obstacles. According to the senior Ferrari engineer, the medium-speed, high-speed and low-speed bends were designed with the driver's stability in consideration. The car's brake entry and exit phases were also upgraded. At the Spanish Grand Prix in June, this was followed by an important modification involving the installation of a downwash ramp. It was the first signal of an evolution from Ferrari's original side pod layout. Claire emphasized that this mainly concerned the trajectory of floor developments, though. The team members agreed that this marked an important change in the way the airflow around the side pods had been employed. There have been a couple of different front wings subsequently, as Ferrari has worked toward resolving the issue. Although its early season difficulties with the wheels getting worn out have partially subsided, it is still a challenging car to drive. Leclerc went further to claim that the vehicle of next year would be more of a revolution than an evolution. Leclerc will obviously be informed of certain recommended features of the car for the next year. As Sainz stated, not only has the 2024 machine been in the wind tunnel for some time, but it's also in Ferrari's driver-in-loop simulator. Simple performance metrics illustrate that Ferrari's condition doesn't seem too dire. It has the second fastest car on average. That's what Sainz continues to mention to underline the positive aspects. Yet, that is determined by qualifying lap performance. There were no modifications for the race, although Ferrari required them since the last Dutch Grand Prix weekend was horrible. Sainz came in fifth, yet he felt that was punching above his weight in a car that, in his estimation, was just the sixth fastest at Zandvoort. Leclerc experienced an awful weekend. He failed in qualifying and ultimately had to quit, as floor damage had put him behind the pace. He eventually went on to say that Zandvoort was the season's toughest weekend when it comes to balance and drivability. It all implies that all the growth Ferrari made lately was just tinkering over the margins to enhance a fundamentally constrained car. That means that the primary goal for Ferrari next year shall be to execute its architectural enhancements correctly to unleash the performance potential necessary to come back as a potential challenge for wins and titles. Regardless of the challenges they faced in 2023, Ferrari could have an infinitely bright future with the insights picked up from this year. Realizing the problems and architectural shortcomings is all well and good, but what matters is how you fix it. So, what should we expect from the 2024 Ferrari? The suspension design of these vehicles is key to their efficiency, along with anti-squat and anti-lift attributes at the rear. It leads to a car with a firm mechanical platform that is capable of supporting the floor at aerodynamically desirable ride heights. According to the car dealer, the two primary areas that needed major architectural alterations are the rear end of the car and the monocoque. The ground effect floor is critical for building performance under these conditions. That serves as a bolt-on aerodynamic element. While the floor can differ substantially, it is the additional improvements that will enable it to get maximized. The commitment of an entirely fresh rear end in 2024 includes a transformed gearbox housing and revised rear suspension. Ferrari might follow Red Bull's lead and shift to push rods from pull rods in the rear suspension. It might aim to replicate Red Bull's anti-squat and anti-dive qualities. Red Bull elevated the rearmost limb of the upper wishbone to accomplish this. This configuration assists the rear end in staying in an ideal ride height window instead of collapsing as the load increases. The changes made to the monocoque will be more minor, but will focus on simplifying the packaging of the side pods, the front of the floor, and the venturi tunnel inlets. Since the monocoque determines where the necessary side impact components are situated, it is vital in specifying the aerodynamic potential. As a feature of Ferrari's new car, changes to the front suspension and side pod shape are probable. Ferrari designs cars with an architecture that does not hinder its ability to evolve. Ferrari may create a Red Bull replica, but ideally, it would like to come up with some additional concepts that would help it surpass the dominant team in Formula One. That might be a lot to ask, but Ferrari has acknowledged and has partially comprehended its shortcomings, and that's what matters. Additionally, it appears to be doing the right thing by removing constraints from the car's engineering that are now hampering expansion. The extent to which Ferrari recognizes its shortcomings will decide if it is successful or not, rather than simply following the same path as Red Bull. However, it will be evident which way to proceed. Leclerc recently confessed that it would be incredibly challenging to beat Red Bull before the major regulation changes in 2026. It seems undeniable that Ferrari's brand new car for the year 2024 must be absolutely flawless if it is to stand a chance of succeeding. In brief, Ferrari intends to revamp their Formula One car for the 2024 season, with an emphasis on resolving aerodynamic issues and making architectural upgrades. This decision follows a disastrous 2023 season, during which the car's unreliability and performance limitations became apparent. Ferrari anticipates that these changes will pave the way for a more dominant future in Formula One. Tell us in the comment down below how excited are you for the upcoming F1 season. With this, we come to an end to this video. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon. See you at the next one. Thanks for watching.